Hey, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, I want to talk about the upcoming 2021 hurricane season. We're here at WLOX.com. Article dated April 8th of 2021 goes on to say hurricane season for 2021 is predicted to be busier than normal, and that would be much like last year, according to a forecast released from Colorado State University. They're predicting right now 17 named storms, 8 of them being hurricanes, 4 of them being major. They have no way of knowing where or if they'll make landfall, but based off of the ACE, which is the available cyclone energy, and based off of the absence of an El Nino, which means there's going to be an absence of wind shear, especially across the Atlantic basin. That means the odds for the formation of hurricanes are even greater. We're here at Google Earth, and you're already looking at a storm above the equator that's rotating counterclockwise, headed in the direction of the Philippines, that's forecasted to be a major hurricane. Hurricane season doesn't even begin in the northern hemisphere until June 1st, at least officially. And that goes with typhoon season too. The energy shouldn't even be there based off of the sun angle. And the total number of typhoons, we're going to look at typhoons first, in the month of April in recorded history is 0.6%. Very, very rare to see one above the equator this time of year. Looking at hurricanes, that number is even smaller at 0.05%. So you're looking at a record either way, no matter what this thing does. It's reaching way up into the very cold parts of the atmosphere. That's what the purple represents, about a negative 120, negative 125 degrees. This storm is already incredibly tall. And like I said earlier, it's forecasted to become, in 72 hours, a Cat 4, skimming the Philippines, becoming a major hurricane or a major typhoon. Either way, it's a large storm rotating counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere in April. That is very, very rare. I put together this map showing you the movement of the sun and how that coincides with hurricane season and cyclone season. We're looking at a map of the globe, and I've marked the 23.5 degree north latitude, and I've marked the 23.5 degree south latitude, and then of course the equator across the center. It's all about the sun angle. We're going to start in the northern hemisphere. When the sun's making its journey to the 23.5 north, that's when we have summer in the northern hemisphere. In June, that's when hurricane season starts, and that's when the sun reaches its highest point at 23.5 degrees. Then it stops, starts its journey back towards the equator. On that journey back is when hurricane season starts, and that's when there's an increase in hurricane activity in the northern hemisphere. And that's usually when the majority of the hurricanes occur, not in April. So we go down to the southern hemisphere once the sun reaches the equator and then starts its journey south to the 23.5, and it reaches the 23.5. That would be the December 21st solstice. Then it starts its journey back up towards the equator. That's when there's an increase in cyclones in the southern hemisphere. And coincidentally, the cyclone season is November 1st through April 30th. And that's when the sun is below the equator. So the storms in the southern hemisphere rotate clockwise. We just saw 2 storms off the northwest coast of Australia that were indeed cyclones. They collided into one another, created the rare Fujiwara effect. The storm made landfall down here along the western coast of Australia, skimmed all along the southern coast, created high winds and heavy rains, and then quickly disappeared. And now, just a few days later, we have a large counterclockwise rotating storm just above the equator, which again is very rare. The storm really shouldn't be there according to the sun angle. And that's if the sun angle's in the right position. And historically, that's the main driver of the hurricanes and the cyclones, is the position of the sun angle. And right now, to see one in April above the equator, I think this would probably qualify as a typhoon. It's still way out of season. So we're about to see our first major storm in the northern hemisphere hemisphere, and we're many weeks away from the official start of any type of hurricane season in the northern hemisphere. But we've already got one started, and the experts are predicting above normal activity for the 2021 hurricane season, and it looks like, as of right now, they're going to be right again. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.